well, it's welcome back to David Grant, who's I think down there somewhere. Oh, there he is. Yes. Hi, David.
Hello.
And also Nick Banks, of course. Morning.
Morning.
You all right?
I'm very well.
Listened to you on Round Table on Radio 1 last night, which I thought was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed doing that.
And it's all right. You can get up now. We know it's not you, really. We know it's not you, really. This, this in actual fact, is a Marshman that John Nathan Turner was going to give as part of his bargain. You can get up now. It's all right.
I like it down there.
You can come out now.
Come and sit on your
so that
gold
is part
cushion.
of the Doctor Who bargain, this Marshman, which I'll put somewhere. It's jolly heavy, that. Right. Next Friday on March the 2nd, David and Nick and also Stuart from Kajagoogoo and a whole bunch of other blokes are going to be down at the Dominion Theatre performing and singing and things like that, you see. They'll actually be more awake when they're down there. And yesterday we had our first bash through, which was quite fun, wasn't it?
It was great. Except your guitar was out of tune.
I knew you were going to say that.
I never noticed. My singing was tuned to his guitar.
Your singing wasn't tuned to anything at all. The concert is in aid of multiple sclerosis and Save the Children and, of course, the Arts Centre group. So it should be good. Are you looking forward to it? Really?
I think it's going to be a really good time.
I think it's going to give a whole new meaning to the word average. I'm really looking for it. Means we'll both be alive.
And also another point where you can go out and do some shopping. The first screening of the Kajagoogoo video, that's coming up a wee bit later. Right now we're all going to sit here and have a cup of tea and watch Boss Cat. This is a great one where Dibble sings again, which is certainly more than all us can do. The winning boats from Heat 5.
It's not my shopping.
Or in this case, Nick Bags.
There you go.
Oh, he's
Very good.
Terrible.
Nicola Barrett. Well, don't say hi to Nicola while before you go. Say hello to Nicola.
On which camera? This one?
Yeah.
Two you can get to
Hello.
now. Oh, no.
Hello,
okay.
Nicola.
Great. Well done.
Well done, Nicola.
Fun trying to get in.
Yeah. Just picking it up.
Right, oh, hello, you're back with us. We're chatting. Well, you saw Nick later, but Stephen, Stuart and Jez now joined us as well from Kajagoogoo. Welcome, lads. You all right?
Hello there.
You brought some goodies along, which you're going to give away a bit later. Also, you can chat to them on the telephone, 01811 8055. In a moment, we're going to do some prize picks, but on the Chad front, of course, they've been busy drawing Chads here. I had this one for Nick, which I showed you earlier, the one from Nikki and Ali. What no beads. There we are. There's your very own Chad. It's for you to take home. One of the funniest ones I had in at Radio 1 came from Colin Price from Gloucester, who did a very, very good one. If you've ever been out to Africa, you probably know Chad. And he's done this one, which I think is splendid. There is Chad missing from Africa, and it's up there saying, what no Chad. That really is phenomenal. Colin, I think we ought to send you something for that. That's great. OK, we're going to natter later, but you're going to do a few prize picks for us.
Yes.
Superb. Someone's got the first basket, and it is, what's your name? Joe? Hello, Joe. If one of you'd like to dip your hands in there. Steve,
Go on, Steve.
stick your hand in there. Captain Sensible's question, which present member of Culture Club used to play with a dam. The answer, of course, was John Moss. And Captain's very own tutu, which you can use in a Christmas pantomime, and the guitar he brought in, the cricket back guitar, there it is. And also the album goes to this person, who rightly guessed John Moss.
That's John Hart, 22 Red Cedars Road, Orpington in Kent.
OK, John Hart, down in Orpington. Well done to you. And the next one, please. This is Richard. Morning, Richard.
Morning.
Right, Nick, would you like to maybe do that one?
Yeah, do you
Right,
want
this
to
is
bring it around
the...
No.
This is
Can I
the
reach
store
for
bargain. The Mousetrap is the longest-running show in London's West End. How many years has the Mousetrap been running? The answer was 31 years, 3 months. You think you'd know who did it by now, wouldn't you? It's in its 32nd year and opened on November 25th, 1952. So the Mighty Mouse kit and the Mousetrap game, there they are, go to...
Joanne... Is it Cart? I can't read what it says.
Have a look. Joanne Carter?
Is it?
Cats. Joanne Katz or something. Anyway, if you live at 18 Orchardfield Avenue in Edinburgh, it's coming there. Right, we'll put that one down there and say good morning to Nikki, who's got one. Jess, would you like to stick your hand in there? The question, which famous brothers were behind the free flight of the hot air balloon, maybe you thought it was a little odd because a few people said Frenchman Jean-François Pilatre and François Laurent in 1783. They were the first guys to go up, but the Montgolfier brothers were actually behind the whole thing. And we did want brothers, so it wouldn't have been the other two anyway. So, the winner is...
It's Justin Mullerley from Silvertown in London.
Right, and he's 16. The Montgolfiers were the first men. Right, and the height board game and the discs on their way to you. Right, finally, Stuart's going to dip his hand in, and the question here was the toy dog question. What breed of dog was supreme champion at this year's Crufts? The answer was a Lhasa...
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
A Lhasa Apso. What's funny?
The lucky lady is Wendy Hales, and in fact lives at 5 The Paddocks, Linswade, Leighton Buzzard.
Leighton Buzzard, which can't be bad.
Which is where we all used to live for about 20 years.
Gosh.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, there you are. Prizes going back there. So, so the fluffy dog's on their way to you. Right, do you like dogs? Have you got dogs?
I haven't, no.
Anybody?
I used to have
Haven't
one.
any really.
I used to have a little Sheltie called Brandy.
Really?
Yeah. It's really nice.
Sweet. Right, chance to look at some more dogs now as we breeze over to Crufts and see some woofers in action, I think.
Who will the judge go for? Tension really is mounting now. Moment of decision, perhaps? No conference with the steward before Mrs. Garish goes and points to the Lhasa Apso. The Lhasa Apso has done it. All that promise, it's turned out absolutely correct. The Lhasa Apso's got it. Best in show at Crufts.
Right, that was the winner of Crufts 83, and I've left it over in the office actually, a lion picture. Can somebody throw me the lion pictures in a big roll over there? Somebody actually drew a lion in the fashion of your picture bag, which was actually done by Mulligan of Fashion, wasn't it?
Right, yeah.
He's actually a very good artist, isn't he?
It's great.
Did you actually ask him, or did he say, "Oh, thank you very much, thank you"?
I didn't say that.
Did he ask if he could do it, or did you ask
Well, we
him?
contacted him about it because we know fashion because we did a tour with him at the start. And we'd seen a lot of his work, so we said, hey, Mulligan, do that colour.
He's a good artist. Somebody sent this in. Mulligan didn't actually do this one. You sing Good Luck Boys, look forward to seeing you on tour. Caroline Rostron and Karen Sylvian from Blackpool and Sue Gold from Ilford in Essex. So that's for you. And while you have a look at that, we'll link to the first ever showing of The Lion's Mouth on television, Kajagoogoo's current single and, of course, current video as well. Well, here we are in the pop panel once again. We've got some great videos for you today. And maybe as opposed to this today, Martin's brought his whoopee cushion, so if it's a no-no, we'll give it one of those instead. Right, we're going to kick off with Borgie Borgie, a new band which my mate Peter Powell's been raving about an awful lot. This is Breaking Point, the single and the video, Borgie Borgie, and after this we'll be hearing what the lads here think about it.
So I'm towing the line, and we're jumping just fine. We're running pretty wild. We're running pretty deep. You ought to get some sleep. You ought to take your time. You ought to heed my words and just wait.
That's Borgie Borgie and Breaking Point. We're going to scoot round the panel and start that in with Steve. How do you feel about that one?
I really like the song. Great song. The video I thought wasn't saying a lot, but I thought it was good generally. I was quite impressed.
Great. It's a bit much, David, to ask a band to maybe come out with a great new single and a great new video. I mean, there were the days when you just had to come out with a great song, and now you've got to almost have a good video as well, haven't you?
Has to be a performer as well, don't you? I like the song. It sounded a bit David Bowie-ish, particularly the whole vocal sort of approach. I like the bits with the instruments playing themselves. Reminded me a bit of the Herbie Hancock video, with like things happening, you know.
Right.
Quite a good video, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Okay, Jez, do you think the video is inventive or?
Yeah, it's the difference between striking a happy medium. You've got to have a good video, and yet the song's got to be good as well. I quite like the song better than the video there. I think the vocals were quite strong. But the video went well with the song, but I think that could have been a little bit stronger.
Yeah. Great. John Nathan Turner, you're a pop fan?
I am a bit, yes. I liked the song, I didn't like the video very much.
Yeah. Not your sort of music, or?
Well, I like the music.
You like the music. What is your sort of thing? What would you go out and buy?
Michael Brown, I'm rather fond of.
Great. Okay. Well, do you think a video, Nick, is a deterrent sometimes to a song? If you've got a good song, the video maybe puts you off a bit?
Definitely, but I don't feel that actual video detracted from the song. The song is good, but I thought the video was a bit of a non-entity, really. Yeah, and it was, the song was very Bowie-esque, I think, as well.
Right. Okay, Martin, what about you?
Well, I think it's good that groups are having to put videos together and say become performers, because then they'll work on both sides, the music as well as the actual performance, and concerts, the standard of concerts will probably go.
Yeah.
But I agree with everybody else. I thought the song was pretty good, but I didn't really understand the video.
Right. Stuart, do you think it's a bit unfair on new bands sometimes to have to get together the money for a video? They almost feel they've got to get a video together as well.
I was going to ask, this is their first single and video?
Yes.
Which I thought was very good, because I remember when we did our first video, and it was a very straight, plain thing, and it is difficult to have something in the song and the video that's both going to be effective. But I thought they did quite well to capture a mood, and it worked.
So it's a good first video and a good first song,
I think
really?
so, yeah, I think it'll do well.
Great, OK, oh, well, we don't need the whoopee cushion at all for that one, I don't think. I think that's sort of... But you can do it if you want. Just to prove that it works. That's what you're going to get if they don't like it. Alan Parsons' project is next. This is the single and the video, and this particular track is called Devil, Answer Me. Keep blowing.
If you believe in the power of magic, it's all a fantasy. So if you need to believe in someone, just pretend it's me. It ain't enough that we meet as strangers. I can set you free. So will you turn your back forever on what you mean to me? Don't answer me. Don't break the silence. Don't let me win. Don't answer me. Stay on your island. Don't let me in. Run away and hide from everyone. Can you change the things we've said and done?
Alan Parsons' project and Don't Answer Me. Someone always whispered it's called Devil Answer Me. I couldn't work out why, but of course I believe anybody. Stuart, how do you feel about that one?
I think it's very refreshing to see a video of that nature. We used, talking about us again, blowing my own trumpet, but we used a bit of animation in one of ours, and it didn't quite work. But this has worked because of it's fully in that vein, and I thought it was great. My only criticism is that it does tend to detract from the song. You're not listening to the song, you're looking at the visuals, and but nevertheless,
A lot of people
it's
are going to
good.
hear it on the radio without the visuals.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you think animation might catch on, Martin?
I think it's a shame we never saw the band. I'd like to see what they look like, see how they can perform, same as before.
I think they had a day off, they stayed at home with it.
Stayed at home. I thought it was very good. I mean, I like to listen to the song, yeah.
Right. There were great colours in that as well, weren't there, in the video?
Yeah, it was very good. Do you know who did it?
No, I don't know who produced it.
It reminded me of Paddington Bear, the sort of style with the cardboard. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
Everything
yeah.
moving. It
Yeah.
was brilliant, I thought.
That's great. Maybe we ought to actually find out who the producers are on all these and credit them each week as well. John?
I like the video and I like the song. I didn't really think the two mixed terribly well together, but I much admired the video. Reminiscent of Phil Spector.
What, the actual song itself? It's a clever bloke, Alan Parsons. Are you an Alan Parsons fan, Jess?
No, I haven't. I must confess I haven't heard much. But I like the song and I like the video. But I'm not sure, like everybody said, that it detracts from the song. I think it's not the right sort of video for that song. But the song's good and the video's good.
Right. Dave, Alan Parsons has been very, very big abroad, but not so big in Britain, really.
No, I think that maybe because that kind of music doesn't necessarily do all that well here. You know, it's a bit too laid back, but the video is great. I mean, the video's great. The song itself, it's a nice song, you know, it's not earth-shattering, but great video.
Great. Final word from Steve.
Well, I just agree with everyone. I mean, everybody said
Easily.
Today's Mr. Nice Guy Award goes to Steve. Right, I think we've voted that one of those, and here comes the third video. This is Vitamin Z. I'm correct, I believe they come from Sheffield somewhere, and this is Burning Flames.
Walking out tonight, in the streetlights I can see you, arm in arm with just another guy. You look at me and wave hello, how friendly. I look at you and the cars go passing by. I understand that you used to love me, nothing much So here we are making pleasant gestures, and I just can't see the reason why.
Right, and that was Vitamin Z, a record that I played quite a bit on the radio, but that's the first time I've seen the video for their succinct, wonderful one-liners on that particular track. We'll start with Steve.
I didn't really like the video, to be honest. The song's quite interesting. I found it awkward, the song, for some reason. Thought the backing track was great. It's just the voice sounded a bit strange on top. I don't know why.
OK, David.
It sounded like an old Kajagoogoo backing track with Mark Allman singing lead vocal. The video, I don't like Fairgrounds.
OK, Jez. It sounded like an old David Grant record? With the old haircut?
No, I wouldn't say that. I'll be kind. No, I didn't like the fairground touch. I don't think that works. The song's not bad, but the vocals didn't seem to come off for me.
OK. A line from you, John?
I liked the song very much. I hated the video.
OK, Nick.
I didn't like the video either, but the backing track was great.
Martin? That says it for you, does it?
Not that the song was great, but I was speaking for everybody else, eh?
OK, and finally Stuart.
Pretty much the same. Song, the vocals I found a bit weak, but the video, not bad.
David's just about to give us a blast on the hip. Right, OK, those are all the videos we have time for. For the song, one of those, for the video, one of those, right. Thanks everyone for coming on. The Pop Bargain this week, a pile of singles down there and the Superstore album. And the question this week is Madness are at number 11 with Michael Caine. My name is Michael Caine. Michael Caine starred in the Ipcress File. Who wrote the book with that title, right? Who wrote the book, The Ipcress File? And answers on a postcard, Saturday Superstore, BBC Television, London W12 8QT. Madness are at 11 with Michael Caine. Michael Caine starred in the Ipcress File. Who wrote the book of the same name? Answers on a postcard, and you could win a whole bunch of things down there. We're chatting to Kajagoogoo again in a moment. Thanks to everyone on the pop panel. Now it's time to whiz back to Falmouth and Keith. You there, Keith? Pinch him back in the water. Oh, you've just caught us. The jumble cell opened before you even realised it, ladies. You see, sorry about that. We were here first. Right, calls to Kajagoogoo in a moment. Firstly, remember when Captain Sensible brought this weird-looking object, this cricket bat guitar, in last week. So we asked Nick to bring in his weird-looking object as well.
This is the cricket stump.
What's that called?
It's called a Chapman stick, and it's got a strap that goes over your shoulder and it hooks in your belt like this.
But what's different? I can see the strings are different. What sort of noise does that make as opposed to a straight guitar sound?
Well, first of all, you don't play it like a straight guitar because the strings are tuned completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And you tap it like this, so you can play like all sorts of things. You can solo on it while playing the bass lines.
So you play bass and lead at the same time?
That's right, yeah.
Sorry, Steve, you're done out of a job.
Oh, well.
Because in the past they have made a guitar with a dual neck with a bass, and you have to take your hands off one to get across to the other.
This is completely different because the bass string is, like, for instance, an octave below. See on bass guitar, so you can really get much lower than the guitar.
So do you have to have it sort of up very, very high? Because if you tap it, you don't get much of a sound out of it. Do you have to have the volume very high on it?
No, because this is a really, really powerful pickup, which is split in stereo down the middle. So you just gently tap it, and it gives an incredible sound.
Who designed it? A chap called Chapman, I suppose.
A guy called Emmett Chapman, who I'm going to meet in the States when we go on our American...
Is that one of the first ones in this country?
No, there's a guy called Tony Levin who plays with King Crimson used ones as well.
Great. OK, well, let's get into your bargain so I can get his clothes out of the way. First of all, what have you brought?
Well...
Have you brought something individually, or what?
That's Steve's,
Yes,
isn't it, Steve?
yeah. Steve's brought a pair.
Yeah, monochromatic specs.
Right.
I bought a little, well, very dear to my heart, this one, from Japan.
Oh, are they Japanese chocolates?
Yeah, Japanese chocolates, yeah.
Right, do they open? My one of those.
And also, we've got a free membership for our fan club, which contains a magazine and a picture. And there is, in fact, a competition within it, so that's all good stuff.
OK. So fan club, sweeties, specs. What's
this is from the Too Shy video.
All right.
We're getting rid of all the old clothes, you see.
Yeah. Just right for the summer, nice and thick and warm. Some more old clothes here.
These, believe it or not, I actually wore on our first photo session.
When you played with Deep Purple.
And yes, Deep Purple. And so I'm giving away those.
That's a generous thought.
But first, you have to answer one question. And I asked this question on Piccadilly Radio a few weeks ago, and I didn't know the answer, so I got into it. But now I found out the answer, and the question is, who said "No Man is an Island"? That ties up because the album is called Islands.
Right. Who said no man is an island? If you know that, stick it down on a postcard with your name and address and send it to Saturday Superstore, BBC Television, London W12 8QT. Who said no man is an island? Or who was the most famous person to say it? Because to say, well, I said it yesterday, didn't I? So whack it down a postcard. You can win all these clothes. Start your own jumble sale. In fact, you know, wear the glasses, eat the sweets, become a member of the fan club, all in one go. And we'll chat some people on the telephone as well, I think. If we lift up our telephones, we should have somebody on there. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, who's that? I can't hear you, but... Carla Bradshaw?
Yeah.
Hello, Carla. You're through to Catch Goo Goo.
Mick?
Hello, Carla?
Do you sing in the bath?
Do I sing in the bath?
How does it go?
Yes, I do sing in the bath, and one of our songs, the chorus of one of our songs was actually composed in the bath.
Oh.
I won't tell you which one, though, because you'll say it sounds all washy.
Very clean sound. Is that okay?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. And we have somebody else on there, and it is Deborah Smith.
Hello?
Hello, Deborah Smith.
Hello, Nick. I'd like to ask you, if you're a spider, whose house would you most like to crawl around?
Well, definitely not Steve's, because he's got smelly socks.
Cheers, Nick.
I don't know. Why did you ask me that question?
I don't know.
Do you think I look like a spider?
Sorry?
Do you think I look like a spider?
No.
Well, I think I'll not answer that question, because it's so insulting.
Whose house would you like to crawl around?
I don't know.
Not mine, that's for sure.
Probably get squashed by somebody's shoe. All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye. Right, somebody else on the line, and it is, he said, glancing down, Adele Cooper.
Hello.
Hello, Adele.
Nick, when you were a dustman, what was the most unusual item you found that had been thrown away?
Well, one day I was collecting a dustbin bag and I was about to throw it in the back of the cart, and this gerbil popped its head out of a cardboard box which was in the dustbin bag. So I took it home. I actually put it in my lunch box and took it home. And when I came back to work the next day, the owner of the hamster, or the gerbil, whatever it was, rang up and said I could keep it as long as I looked after it. And she'd put it in the dustbin. I couldn't believe it.
All right.
Yes, thank you.
Great. A nice little tale. Very good, very good. Right, who else is on the line? All these aside, you see, just missing them all.
Marks out of 10.
Hello?
Oh, it's Charlotte Hedgehog.
Hello?
I'll bet they call you Hedgehog at school, don't they, with a name like that?
Yeah.
Did you see my hedgehog-flavoured crisps earlier?
Yeah.
They're terrific, those. Really, really tasteless. OK, do you have a question about hedgehogs?
Nick,
Yeah?
is it true that to keep your hair looking fluffy, you rinse it in fabric conditioner?
Well, I used to, but you might have noticed that it's a little less fluffy now, so I don't use it anymore. And also, I'm frightened of losing it. So I've started treating it with the care that it deserves.
Right, Jess, what about your hair? Because yours always sort of stands up on end. A lot of people say to me, how do you get your hair standing on end like that?
It's just
mine stands up.
Well, just, 240 volts, finger in the socket.
Yeah?
Say that
You don't find that too
No,
shocking?
it's just sort of hairspray and things. No, I like it. I've just gone one colour altogether now and dropped the blonde piece there, and I just like it. It's just nice.
Right,
I like
what
the
about
colour.
you, Stuart? How do you get yours? I mean, does yours go the way you want it to go all the time, or do you think, oh, we should do this or do that?
I've got some very strong gel that I use, so...
We've actually got a nickname for Stuart's hairdo. It's the Eiffel.
The Eiffel.
So we see we've got the Eiffel going there, the Eiffel Tower, you see.
Sometimes a Leaning Tower piece.
What about you, Steve? I mean, yours is multicolours at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it always looks like this, so it doesn't really take much to do my hair.
Yeah.
That's how I like it.
Sort of just got out of bed job.
That's right, yeah.
Right, OK, someone else should be on the line, and it is, he said, Siobhan Gogati. Hello, Siobhan, you're through to the lads.
Hello?
Hello! Hello, speak to us, speak to us. Come in, Earth, come in, Earth.
Nick,
Yes?
if you were to write a book, what would you write about?
Well, I've actually been approached about writing a book already, but I'm not allowed to say what it's going to be about yet. Other than that, I suppose it'd be very interesting to write a book about all the places that we've been to or experiences abroad, because people are quite interested in all that sort of stuff. Oh, and about videos too. People are always interested about those. I think that's probably what it'd be.
OK, it'd be interesting to know, Jez, what would you write a book about if you had a choice? If a publisher said to you, anything you want, we'll give you lots of money, what would you like to write?
I think the same sort of thing, really. Actually, sort of what you've done and where you've been, and just if it's interesting to people, I think it would be reasonably interesting. We've had some really good laughs and things that have actually happened along the way. Right. I think that sort of thing's great.
OK, what about you, Stuart? Would you write something on something different? Was there any sort of hobby you've got that you'd maybe like to write?
I would really like to write a book about different sorts of tuning.
Yes.
Because I used to be a piano tuner and stuff, and I'm very interested with
So
that.
you could do a piano tuning tutor, couldn't you, or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Great.
Interesting.
Steve, what about you?
Well, at a push, I'd probably like to do something on paints.
Sorry?
On paints.
Paints?
Yeah, different paints.
That's interesting.
And methods.
Interesting. You mean a picture book, because you can't write that. Okay, I think is that okay?
Yeah,
Bye then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Right, I think it's all the calls we have time for. We've done the barking. We'll be back to say goodbye in a moment. First of all, we're going to scoot back down to Falmouth and the seaside, and Keith probably dressed up in his shorts with his knotted hanky on his head.
Oh, sorry, right, okay.
Back from Falmouth, Mike. We're on.
We're on.
Are we?
You
I thought they were going to be longer than that. I was just looking through some of my Chad drawings. Oh, it's Saturday morning. Come on, be fair. What are the rest of you like Saturday
That's
morning?
right.
eh?
You're ready for your lunch
Absolutely,
now, aren't you, darling?
yeah.
That's the thing.
Right, we've had some of the Chad things here. We had a What No Barber that was drawn in here, which is rather nice.
These are the short list now for
That's a short list. We thought that was fourth. And the What No Superstore, because there's great colour in there. That was the third one with a row of tulips, anticipating spring. This is a good one for me. What
Yes.
No Bed. Zzz.
Getting lots of Zs in
Was he being
there.
stung by a bee behind the wall? We felt that this one was the winner. Tracy G. Where's Tracy G? Is that you?
Here she is.
We felt that should
in
be
her
the winner.
uniform.
There's hers. What No Lights. So she didn't have to draw a Chad at all. I thought that was very clever. Can I present you with this wonderful drawing that you did yourself?
And can I present you with this, Tracy? There you are. A drawing machine. There you go.
Right, have we got time to whiz back to say goodbye? We haven't got time to whiz back to say goodbye to Keith, so obviously had a wonderful time down there. Next week, we're going to have the talent final, aren't we?
We are the big final, so remember to look in and have pens and paper at the ready to
Right,
vote.
and Dr. Hook as well, who are here in the last series, they're here.
And Bananarama.
Yeah, and Bobby George, the darts player, and Shakin' Stevens.
Not shaky.
Shake is going to be here. Yeah.
Wow. Make sure you're here with us next Saturday.
See you next
Bye.
Saturday. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.